Welcome back, friends, to TV5 News at 9. It's time now for Medical Moments. We love it with Covenant Healthcare. Joining us this morning is Nurse Laura Walker. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Great. Enjoying the summer, I'm sure.
I am.
It's great weather. Oh, it's perfect
Yes.
time. So that's what we're talking about today. We are talking about staying safe in the summer. So as a regional trauma center, Covenant offers an injury prevention program. Tell us about that and what the goal is with that.
So the goal when you have a trauma program is to prevent trauma actually from not happening.
Okay.
So we try and get out in the community and look at the most common causes of injuries. Actually, the #1 cause of injury is falls.
Wow.
But we look at car accidents, we look at burn injuries, we look at bike accidents, we look at a multitude of things. And then we offer programs throughout the year to help prevent some of those injuries from happening. So in the summer, you have some injuries that are a little bit different than you see in the winter.
Right. Okay, so summer's here, which is a lot of fun, like you're saying. But it means an increase in a lot of accidents and injuries. You see in Covenant Emergency Care Center, I'm sure, so many of those. Your goal is really, like you said, to keep people out of the hospital. We do not want to see people injured, right?
That's right.
So what are some of the common injuries that you are seeing this time of year?
So all year long, falls is the #1 cause of injuries, okay? But in the summer, especially with our pediatric population, we see more things like burns, dog bites, fractures or broken bones from all the fun things we're trying to do in the summer. So
I always do that when I'm with my kids, making s'mores. I'm like, oh my God, you think about it can be so easily a big problem, you know, with the fires and all of that. So tell me about this. If people need to stay safe on land, but they also need to do it in the water. A lot of people are swimming at the beach or in the pools. What are some things that people need to think about in the water and also on land?
So we have 4th of July coming up, and so I know that there's already been a lot out there on fireworks and fireworks safety, and that is so important. I want to talk about sparklers a little bit. Okay, so sparklers are fun. I remember using them a lot when I was a younger child.
That was my first burn with the sparkler.
Was it?
Yes,
See,
it was.
and this is leading up to that.
Yeah.
So sparklers can get as hot as 2,000 degrees, okay, which is hard to really compare or think like, oh yeah, 2,000 degrees is hot. It actually is comparison to a blowtorch. So if you want to think of it like that, would you let your child play with a blowtorch? And most people's answer is going to be no.
That's right.
So that's the thing with sparklers.
Okay, I'm so glad you mentioned that. That is a real problem.
So you also talked about s'mores.
S'mores, yes.
So campfires are fun.
Out by the fire pit,
everyone loves a good s'more. Yeah. But just realize that even after the fire's out, those embers can stay hot for up to 12 hours afterwards.
Oh my goodness.
So what we really encourage is when you put the campfire out, put some water on it, stir it around, put some more water on it to help get it out, because what we see sometimes is burns like the next morning because people think that they're not that warm. So.
Oh, that's a great tip. I love that. Anything else you can think about? I know pool safety, that's a big thing, and at the beach.
I always say to have a designated water watcher, okay? We live in a little bit of a distracted world while we're always multitasking. But when you're the water watcher, you have to be in tune and be watching at all times. So it's good to switch that person out because we all know that attention spans are short. So, and making sure that you're keeping a good eye on those children and that they're wearing appropriate water flotation devices.
Okay, and speaking of those devices, now Covenant, you're partnering with the DNR to offer life jacket lending stations. Tell us about, I think this is a great idea.
So I'm super excited to talk about this. It's a great project we started working on last year. We received some grant money and started reaching out to local pools and waterways and beaches and saying, we purchased life jackets through a grant. Would you be interested in them for your areas? And most people were very excited to hear about that. Haithco Park here in Saginaw had already developed, it's called a life jacket loaner station. So if you get to the beach and you didn't bring your kid's life jacket or your child grew over the summer, that there was one available that you could borrow throughout the day and then hang it back up. So we helped stock that. But as this project started to grow, we partnered with our state parks and the DNR. So north of here, east of here, we started speaking with them to put up life jacket loaner stations at these beaches to help decrease drownings. So I'm excited to say after, this is our 2nd year into the project, we have now 9 state campgrounds on board.
That's awesome.
As far north as Houghton Lake and as east to the Caseville, Port Austin area, Bay City, Tawas. We went to them and asked them if they'd be interested in starting to do this, and that if they built the station, we would supply the life jackets. So it's been pretty exciting.
Yeah.
The other exciting thing about this is once we did that, other groups have stepped forward and said, what a great idea.
Oh, great.
Can we contribute life jackets?
It's catching on. I love
yeah.
it. Nurse Laura, anything else that you can think about that really reminders or tips for parents or kids that we need to really think about during the summertime?
Just have fun.
Yeah.
It's a great time of year. Kids are out of school. Just
Finally
do it
outside.
safely.
Yeah.
Okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much. We appreciate you bringing these valuable tips to us this morning. If you would like any other additional information on today's topic, just head on over to the Hot Links page at WNEM.com.